everyone, today I'm going to be reacting to Olivia Rodrigo's GUTS album, and let's get into it. The first track is All American Bitch. Okay, so my overall thoughts on the song, it definitely caught me off guard. I was expecting it to sound how it actually sounded later in the song with the instrumentation and everything. So the juxtaposition is interesting. I think that I'll get used to it. But I like the lyrics here, nice vocals and instrumentation. Now on to track 2, Bad Idea, Right? I've already heard this one. I have a reaction to it on my channel. I'll put it right here if you guys want to see my initial thoughts on it. But whenever I listen to albums, I like to listen to the entire thing. So I really listened again for this video. Okay, so my thoughts on the song, as I said in my reaction video for it, whenever I listened to it the second time, it grew on me significantly, and I really quite enjoyed this song. One thing about Olivia, she's gonna make a hit. She just gets it, music for the girl, and just a really catchy song overall. I like the vocals, I like the lyrics, I really like the vocal delivery, as well as the production of the song. Listening back to it again, some of the guitar licks, like toward the end, kind of remind me of the Beatles, and I'm a big fan of them, by the way. So just really cool to listen to overall. Good choice for a single. I really like the video as well. Also, I wanted to say that listening to the song multiple times, I thought she said in his sheets, but apparently it's in whose sheets. But I'm still gonna pretend like it's the other one because it sounds better. I know a lot of other people thought that, so that's definitely something interesting. But I really like the lyrics of the song overall. And now on to track 3, Vampire. Again, I've already heard this one before, but I like to listen to the albums in full, so I will listen to it again.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking how you're doing now. 6 months of torture you sold to some forbidden paradise. I've made some real big mistakes. I used to think I was smart, made me look so naive. Bad sucker, fame fucker, dry like a goddamn vampire. And every girl I ever talked to told me you were bad, bad news. God, I hate the way I called them crazy too. Mesmerizing, paralyzing, fucked up all through. Girls your age know better. Made some real big mistakes. I used to think I was smart, made me look so naive. Bad sucker, bleed me dry like a goddamn vampire. Said it was true love, but wouldn't that be hard? I tried to help you out, 'cause I think's the kind of thing I'll never understand.
Alright, so my thoughts on this song. I tweeted this recently, but right now, this is my song of the year. amazing song. There's so much going on here just in terms of like how many words that she fit into the song. For example, I really like the vocal to Olivia, just really draws you in, which is interesting because it's called Vampire, so it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, right? And then I also really love the production and how it progresses all the way throughout the song. I can appreciate the lyrical sentiments and what she's talking about. Also, the bridge is probably like top 5 Olivia Rodrigo bridges for me. Just masterful, so well crafted, well done. I said this before and I'll say it again, better than Driver's License. I'm sure that this is a hot take, but I've listened to this a fair amount since it came out. Still not tired of it, and I'm sure I'll keep listening to it more. So we will see if it remains my song of the year, but every time I listen to it, I'm just continually impressed by what she was able to do on this track. And the vocals definitely stand out, as well as everything else. Everything just really comes together nicely on the track. So it's just something that really fascinates me every time I listen to it. And now on to track 4, Lacy.
Lacy, skin like puff pastry. I ever tell you that I'm not doing well? I care like perfume that you wear. I linger all the time. Ooh, I try, I see you everywhere. What could be? Smart, sexy, lacy. Feel your compliments like bullets on skin. Ooh, I care. My stomach's all in knots. Got the one thing that I want. I try. It's like you're made of angel Lacy, it's like you're out to get me. Poison every little thing that I do. And I despise my jealous eyes, how hard they fell for you.
Okay, so my thoughts on the song. I thought it was gonna be giving the vibes of like that one picture of like Lois Griffin from Family Guy whenever she's putting on the tights or the outfit or whatever. That's what I thought the vibe was gonna be for the song based on the title. Completely threw me off. And so I really like the vocal arrangements. I think that they are cool to listen to. I think they're well done. I can appreciate what she put into that. I need to listen to this more to kind of grab more of the lyrics because on Spotify they haven't loaded all the way through. So there's a lot to unpack with the song. I think it's cute. It seems kind of like the Hope You're Okay of this album, just sonically and everything. Hope You're Okay is not really one of my favorites off Sour. So I think this is just gonna take more listens and stuff for me to like fully get what she's talking about in the song and everything, because like I said, I don't have the lyrics pulled up, number one, and two, just for me to kind of get used to everything, like maybe have it grow on me. So we'll see how I feel about it over time. Now onto track 5, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl.
Conversation on the website. Everything to do is tragic. Every guy like is gay. Tell secrets I shouldn't tell. Down my step Told secrets I shouldn't tell. Made it weird and made it worse. It's so
Okay, so my thoughts on this, again, different than how I expected based off the title. I really thought this was going to be more of an actual ballad, but I am pleasantly surprised. Really glad that she went this direction with it. I know that she said this album was going to be more rock, and so it was just really interesting to listen to. I like the lyrics, I like how funny they were, how honest they were and everything. I like the structure of the song, the fact that the tempo changed multiple times, all the instrumentation and everything that was going on there. Vocal delivery and just the way that she went on everything was kind of off kilter, but a really cool song nonetheless. I think it's going to be one of my favorites off the album just because of purely how unique it is, and I think the more that I listen to it, the more that I get used to it. And now onto track 6, Making the Bed.
so got it, did it so it's done. Another conversation with nothing good to say. Another day pretending older than I am. Another thing I forced to be a sign. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to be where I am. To push away all the people who know me the
my thoughts on the song. I really appreciate how candid and vulnerable that she was in terms of lyrics and everything, just saying I'm tired of having this fame, but also at the same time I put myself in this position. And you know, you see with famous people all the riches and the notoriety and everything that they get from that, but of course there's always another side to it, and there's just negatives to everything in life, right? So she's just kind of going over that and everything and just acknowledging her part in it as well, and just talking about her struggle. And I appreciate the way that she wrote it as well. It was just something that was really fascinating to listen to. A couple jaw-dropping moments in there, and I just really like how the entire song came together. I really like the production. It was kind of reminding me of Lorde at like one point, and I really like her music, by the way. I could appreciate the vocals and just the approach to the song. And now on to track 7, Logical.
Master manipulator, you're so good at what you do. Hear all the rumors lately, you always deny. I fell for you like water, now the current's stronger. Couldn't get out if I tried. Convince me, baby, it was all in my mind. Got me thinking 2 plus 2 equals 5. I'm the love of your life. No, love was never logical. You built a giant castle with walls so high. All the things you did to me. You lied, you lied. Got me thinking 2 plus 2 equals 5. I'm the love of your life. Guess love was never logical. It'll mean all those words you said. Heard that girl is really your friend. Brought up the girls you could have instead. Can't take a joke, can't get you off. 2 plus 2 equals 5. The love of your life. Love is never logical. I know I'm half responsible. I know I could have stopped it all. Why didn't I stop it all?
Okay, so my thoughts on the song. I enjoyed it. It was kind of giving enough for you vibes, which again, not one of my favorite songs off Sour. I will say off first listen, I do like this one more than Enough for You. I could appreciate the sentiments of the song and how they were delivered. I like the production, I like the vocals, lyrics, the progression of the song as well. And now on to track 8, Get Him Back.
1, 2, 3. I met a guy in the summer and I left him in the spring. Had an ego and a temper. He said he's 6'2" and I'm a dude. Nice try. And he would take us out to parties and the night would never end. And when he said something wrong, he'd just fly me to France. So I miss him some nights. I remember every time he made a pass on my friend. I wanna get him back. I wanna make him really jealous. I want sweet revenge. I want to get him back. Write him all these letters and I throw them in the trash. Cause I miss the way he kisses me. Cause everyone knew all of the shit that he do. But I am my father's daughter. Maybe I could fix it. I wanna get him back. I wanna make him really jealous. I want sweet revenge. I want to get him back. Be his car. I wanna break his heart. Kiss his face with an uppercut. Need his love. All the hurt signs to get him back. I wanna get him back. I wanna make him really jealous. Instead of can't really miss him and make him real sad. I want to get him
Okay, so my thoughts on this one. I knew this was going to be my favorite songs on the album based off the title. Fiona Apple's one of my favorite artists of all time. She has a song with the same name. That's one of my favorite songs by her. So just based off the vibes and everything, I was like, oh, this is going to be one of my favorite songs on the album. And she did not disappoint. This was so much fun to listen to. I really like the instrumentation. I like the lyrics. A lot of them were like pretty funny. I thought it was super catchy to listen to as well. I like the progression of the song. So yeah, definitely one of my favorites off the album. I can see myself listening to this one a lot outside of the context of the album, and we will see where it ranks in terms of like my absolute favorite songs on the year, because it's definitely going to make that list. But really thoroughly enjoyed it off first listen. Now on to track 9, Love is Embarrassing.
Told my friends you were the one. After I'd known you like a nun. You kissed some girl from high school. You said space was what you need. Now it don't mean getting embarrassing. I finally said I deserve not mentioning those embarrassing as hell. And I consoled you about your
Okay, so my thoughts on the song: super entertaining listen all the way through. Can appreciate the sentiments and how she relayed those, the vocals and the production as well. And now on to track 10, The Grudge.
There's nightmares each week about that Friday in May. Trust that you betrayed, confusion that still lingers. I doubt you ever think about the damage that you did. My undying love, now I hold it like a grudge. Try to be tough, but I wanna scream. I say I don't care, I say that I'm fine. Can't let it go, I've tried for so long. Strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong. Arguments that I've won against you in my head. Yeah, I'm so tough when I'm alone. And I fantasize about a time you're a little fucking sorry. You must be insecure, you must be so unhappy. We both drew blood, but man, those cuts were never equal. How could anybody do the things you did so easily? I can't let it go, I've tried for so long. Strength to forgive, but I don't feel strong.
Okay, so my thoughts on this: great track overall to listen to. Really like the vocals, really stunning at that one part. I like the progression of the track, and then you can just really feel her entire thought process throughout it. And I like how the production goes along with that as well. Now on to track 11, Pretty Isn't Pretty. Okay, so my thoughts on that one. That was intense. There's definitely a lot to unpack with that particular song. Kind of just talking about society, the expectations that it places on girls and women and everything. And just saying, like, what if I've tried to change myself in every single way and people still feel like it's not good enough, or like whatever I do, there's going to be something new and I feel like I can never catch up, and like having insecurities and that, and like the toll that that takes on a person. That's a lot to tackle on a song, and I feel like a lot of people can definitely relate to this one. So I commend her for taking on the topic. I think that it's really hard to go through and everything, and also constantly comparing yourself to other people, feeling like you don't measure up in whatever way it is, or other people doing that, or being made fun of. All that stuff's really hard. So I really like this song and just the way that she went about it, because there's so much that go into that. Like, yes, you can look amazing on the outside, but it really is important to make sure that your mental health is on point and that everything is good there. Society places a lot of expectations onto us, and we see certain things in the media of like what a woman's supposed to be, family, like there's all these expectations. I just think that's really hard to deal with. And on to the 12th and final track, Teenage Dream.
When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years? Start being wise. When am I gonna stop being great for my age? Start being good. Blow out the candles. Happy birthday. Your whole life ahead of you. Only 19. Sorry that I couldn't be your teenage dream. Will everyone have every reason to call on my bluff? And
Okay, so my thoughts on the song overall, there's something that is bone chilling about it. It really has these haunting chords into it. And also whenever you listen to the lyrical sentiments and everything, it kind of just makes you think about like child stars and just feel sorry for them, because that's a lot of pressure to have to deal with at a young age. And then as they steadily get older and everything, a lot of people are disappointed because they're not exactly who they were whenever they were 13. So trying to find a way to not disappoint people, but also trying to find a way to be authentic to yourself and to make sure that your mental health is right. And it just seems like there's themes of burnout in this as well, just saying like, what if I already gave the best that I have to give? Like, what if there's nothing else that is as good as whatever I did when I was younger? And there definitely has to be a lot of pressure into that. So there's just a lot to think about in this track, and I can really appreciate the vulnerability in the lyrics, everything that she really went to there, the vocals and the production, just really food for thought as the closer for this album. Just makes you think about everything very deeply, and that's really important. And now on to my favorite songs on this album based on my first listen. So I'm going to add in Ballad Dare Right, Vampire, Ballad of a Homeschooled Girl. I think I really liked Making the Bed and Get Him Back. So those are my favorites based off my first listen. Of course, as I listen to it more, my top 3 will be a lot more solidified, but those are the ones that stood out to me most and everything. Now to my overall thoughts on this album. I had a great time listening to this. Off first listen, I will say that I like it more than Sour, and with time and more listens, we will see what ends up being true, because sometimes you're like, oh, this is way better first listen, but this is new to me. I've had a lot of time to really digest Sour and everything like that. But what I like more about this from Sour is I feel like her songwriting improved. I feel like there was some more up tempos, which I really wanted. I really like the production that was going on all the way throughout there. I feel like the vocals improved and they were more of a standout on every single song, and you can just really feel the growth from Sour, which is exactly what I wanted. This doesn't feel like Sour 2.0. It feels like she's really been through some stuff and she's sitting down writing about it and giving it to us, and she just really grew within herself to give us something that was different, but not so radically different that we're like, what is this? I don't like it. You're still very intrigued by it, but you still feel the growth from that. She's still finding a way to give you something interesting, to see things from different perspectives, talk about different things that she hasn't talked about before, and she's just like reaching in different pockets. I just appreciate the chances that she took on this album with the songwriting, really getting more vulnerable, having a lot of cheeky moments which were really enjoyable to listen to, tackling different topics, and also sonically with what she is going for there. And it's just so important to not play it safe on your second album. I heard somewhere that your second album is really where you want to experiment because you don't want to be pigeonholed, and so I feel like she did that enough, and it was just something that was satisfying to listen to. I feel like I got a lot of food for thought. I feel like I'm gonna have a fair amount of replay value for this album throughout the year. I really think with this album, Olivia is really putting her stamp out there and saying, I am here to stay. Everyone fears a sophomore slump and whatnot, and I feel like listening to this, she did not succumb to that. Like I said, I feel like she really showed growth. She showed herself as a consistent hit maker, great songwriter overall, and I really do think that she has longevity. So she's definitely one of my favorite pop girls at the moment. Her consistency cannot be denied. And I just wanted to say shout out to my sister for putting me on to her music. Really did your thing with that one. But yeah, she's just really fascinating overall in terms of her aesthetics, how she handles her career and everything, and if she keeps playing her cards right, I think she'll be around for a long time. And I'm just really excited to see what she keeps doing with like music videos for the cycle and everything throughout her entire career. Her trajectory has been really interesting to watch. So I had an enjoyable time with this album. I'm excited to listen to it more and see how I feel about it over time. Maybe in a month or so I could do an update video, talk about which songs have like grown on me, what are my absolute favorites, talk about new things that I'm realizing with the album. I don't know, we'll see. I do that sometimes for albums that I really listen to a lot. Sometimes my thoughts change a lot, kind of. So that might happen, that might not happen, not making any promises. I also wanted to say that I really love the album cover as well. I love the colors that went. I really like the aesthetics for this era. I like what she's going for with the darker themes and just everything that she explored on this album was just super interesting. And so there's just really a lot to love about this. Even the structure of the songs with the lyrics and how many words that she's fitting into the song and just being off kilter and stuff like that. Taking chances like that is really important to me. Sometimes it falls flat, but I'd rather you take the chance and for me to not like it than for you to be like, oh, let's just keep it safe and do the same thing 87 times. So I just really appreciate that she did on this album. This is definitely one that I would recommend, and as I listen to it more, I'm really excited to see how I feel about it over time and also wherever it's going to end on my favorite albums of the year list. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see that. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are your favorite songs on this album so far? Do you agree with any of my thoughts? Do you disagree? Let me know everything. Also, if you guys want to see more videos on Olivia, I'll have a card on the screen right here to where you guys can go to. It'll be at the end of this video, link down in the description. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, give it a like down below. Helps me out a lot on YouTube algorithm. I very much appreciate it. You can subscribe to see more videos like this. Hit the bell, get notifications to your phone when I post. Do not miss brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description will be my second channel. Also gonna have my Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok if you guys like to follow me, as well as a link to stream this time if you're interested, and lastly links to educate you guys on important situations. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.